In this video, we will unravel the layers of a manhunt.
This is the police!
Intertwined with racial inequality.
We have you surrounded!
Yeah!
Taking you on a roller coaster journey through Franklin County, Mississippi. In the 1940s. Brace yourself for shocking twists, daring escapes,
Sir, yes, sir!
and a haunting reflection on the persistence of racial injustice
Law and order!
that echoes even to this day.
The relentless pursuit of the fugitive has escalated to an astounding force of over 2,000 dedicated men.
Get ready to uncover a forgotten chapter in American history as we delve into the gripping tale of Texas Red. Our story begins with the introduction of Levi George, better known as Texas Red. Red, a man of mixed African American and Native American heritage, ran a vibrant juke joint situated near the railroad tracks alongside his common-law wife, Dolly, and his partner, the Oklahoma Kid. Red created a lively space where people of all backgrounds could gather, enjoy music, and revel in the joyous atmosphere. Together, they fostered a sense of unity and camaraderie, defying the racial divisions of the time. Freewood stood as a symbol of hope during a time when racial divisions were prevalent. Despite the challenges faced by Black Americans due to Jim Crow laws, this community thrived on unity and resilience. Red's juke joint, often frequented by artists and musicians, acted as a safe space where people of all backgrounds could come together. However, this harmony would soon be shattered. As the New Year's Eve party raged on at Red's place, it was Philip Shell, a local lawman, who made the controversial decision to arrest Texas Red. Whispers filled the town, casting doubt on Texas Red's character, solely based on his impeccable attire. In a community steeped in racial prejudice, the notion that a Black man could dress so elegantly seemed inconceivable to some. Fueling the rumors, a lawman named Philip Shell took it upon himself to gather a posse, convinced that Red must be involved in criminal activities and theft. And the shots coming from Red's bar on New Year's Eve was the final straw. Phillips was scared to go and arrest Red, so Phillips wanted Gene McMillan to go down there and arrest him instead. But Gene warned that Red was a dangerous bug, and they should wait for law enforcement. Hillard Hall and Gene led them to Red's house, but didn't go any farther. Red saw them coming and knew these boys wanted trouble. Tensions ran high, and in the ensuing chaos, a posse member lost his life. The alleged evidence found in Red's house only fueled the growing suspicion. The community was left grappling with the question of Red's innocence or guilt. Texas Red managed to escape the posse, disappearing into the dense woods that surrounded Freewoods. The fatal incident transformed a small posse into a full-fledged manhunt, mobilizing over 200 officers, including 2 National Guard companies and a dedicated team of FBI agents, in a desperate bid to capture the fugitives.
The relentless pursuit of the fugitive has escalated to an astounding force of over 2,000 dedicated men.
Days are turning into weeks, and Sheriff Philip Shell, desperate to capture Red, offered a substantial reward for any information leading to his arrest. sightings of Red were reported, adding to the intensity of the chase. To evade capture, Texas Red made the difficult decision to split up with his partner, the Oklahoma Kid. Despite facing harsh winter conditions, Red managed to elude lawmen, often finding assistance from sympathetic black families along the way. Texas Red is presently eluding capture by law enforcement as he navigates his way through the intricate and treacherous terrain of the Mississippi swamps and dense woodlands. He has managed to narrowly escape numerous encounters with the authorities. In one particular incident, as he desperately sought warmth for his frostbitten feet, he accidentally ignited a barn, which drew the attention of nearby residents. This unforeseen turn of events exposed his presence to the local community, subsequently prompting the immediate pursuit by a team of officers. To fully understand the implications of Texas Red's story, we must examine the racial inequality and fear that plagued society during the 1940s. Jim Crow laws enforced segregation and discrimination against Black Americans. The police and law enforcement often harbored hostility toward the Black community, perpetuating an environment of fear and mistrust. Vigilante mobs were tragically commonplace during this era, with Black individuals often denied due process and subjected to mob violence. Mississippi, in particular, witnessed violent attacks and massacres targeting the Black population. Testimonies and historical records reveal these acts of violence have deeply impacted Black communities and instilled a pervasive fear. Let's now turn our attention back to Texas Red and his final days on the run. It has been more than a month's time, and tracking his movements through various locations became an intense and costly pursuit. Bloodhounds and notable tracker Coochie Massey were enlisted in the search. Red's desperate attempt to find food on a Saturday ended in tragedy when the sheriff and fellow officers
This is the police.
picked up his trail
We have you surrounded.
after he had been spotted near a cabin. In a haste, Red dropped a stolen ham and disappeared into the dense woods,
Go, go, go!
occasionally taking a snap at his pursuers to keep them at least 100 yards away. Despite Texas Red's courageous attempts to evade capture, he was ultimately shot by Massey. In his final moments, Red chose silence, refusing to utter a single word before he passed away shortly thereafter. The news of his demise swiftly spread, leading to the transportation of his body to Fayette for identification. Tradition reminiscent of the Old West dictated that the lifeless form was placed on public display at the town square. Subsequently, Red's remains were taken to Meadville. A woman from Brookhaven, claiming to be his sister, came forward to claim the body, revealing that his true name was Edward Flowers. Texas Red's story left a profound impact on the African American community and the broader society. His outlaw reputation and association with illegal activities cast a shadow on his legacy. However, it is essential to recognize the underlying systemic issues that perpetuated racial injustice. The concerns and perspectives of the African American community cannot be overlooked. Lingering mistrust and fear among Black Americans highlight the ongoing struggle against racial inequality. Texas Red's story serves as a stark reminder of the persistence of racial inequality throughout history and even in our present day. It calls us to reflect on the flaws within our societal systems and address the injustice that continues to impact marginalized communities. By confronting our past and present, we can pave the way for a more equitable future. It is imperative that we actively work towards dismantling systemic racism and creating a society where justice and equality prevail. As we come to the end of our journey, let's recap the key elements of Texas Red's story. We explored the manhunt that unfolded in the Free Woods community, shining a light on racial inequality and injustice prevalent in the 1940s. Texas Red's story serves as a powerful testament to the experiences of marginalized communities during a turbulent time in history. It compels us to reflect on the significance of his life and the broader implications of racial injustice. We encourage you to continue learning about these important historical narratives and engage in conversations that promote empathy, understanding, and positive change. Together, we can strive for a more just and inclusive society. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more compelling content. Until next time, remember, history has much to teach us, and it's up to us to listen.